Excel is a spreadsheet program from Microsoft and a component of its Office product group for business applications. Microsoft Excel enables users to format, organize and calculate data in a spreadsheet. By organizing data using software like Excel, data analysts and other users can make information easier to view as data is added or changed. Excel contains a large number of boxes called cells that are ordered in rows and columns. Data is placed in these cells. Excel is a part of the Microsoft Office and Office 365 suites and is compatible with other applications in the Office suite. The spreadsheet software is available for Windows, macOS, Android and iOS platforms. Common Excel use cases. Microsoft Excel is the go-to tool for working with data. There are probably a handful of people who haven't used Excel, given its immense popularity. Excel is a widely used software application in industries today, built to generate reports and business insights. Excel supports several inbuilt applications that make it easier to use. Excel is most commonly used in business settings. For example, it is used in business analysis, human resource management, operations management and performance reporting. Excel uses a large collection of cells formatted to organize and manipulate data and solve mathematical functions. Users can arrange data in the spreadsheet using graphing tools, pivot tables and formulas. The spreadsheet application also has a macro programming language called Visual Basic for applications. Excel terminology and components. Excel has its own terminology for its components, which new users may not immediately find understandable. Some of these terms and components include the following. Cell. A user enters data into a cell, which is the intersection of a column and row. Cell reference. This is the set of coordinates where a cell is located. Rows are horizontal and numbered whereas columns are vertical and assigned a letter. Active cell. This is the currently selected cell, outlined by a green box. Workbook. This is an Excel file that contains one or more worksheets. Worksheet. These are the different documents nested within a workbook. Worksheet tab. These are the tabs at the bottom left of the spreadsheet. Column and row headings. These are the numbered and lettered cells located just outside of the columns and rows. Selecting a header highlights the entire row or column. Formula. Formulas are mathematical equations. Cell references are functions that can be placed inside a cell to produce a value. Formulas must start with an equal, equals, sign. Formula bar. This is the long input bar that is used to enter values or formulas in cells. It is located at the top of the worksheet, next to the FX label. Address bar. This bar located to the left of the formula bar shows the number and letter coordinates of an active cell. Filter. These are rules a user can employ to select what rows in a worksheet to display. This option is located on the top right of the home bar under Sort and Filter. An auto-filter option can be selected to show rows that match specific values. Autofill. This feature enables users to copy data to more than one cell automatically. With two or more cells in a series, a user can select both cells and drag the bottom right corner down to autofill the rest of the cells. AutoSum. This feature enables users to add multiple values. Users can select the cells they want to add and press the Alt and equal keys. There is also a button to enable this feature on the top right of the home page, above, Fill, and to the left of Sort and Filter. Pivot table. This data summarization tool sorts and calculates data automatically. This is located under the Insert tab on the far left. Pivot chart. This chart acts as a visual aid to the pivot table, providing graph representations of the data. It is located under the middle of the insert page, next to Maps. Source data. This is the information that is used to create a pivot table. What is Excel formula? In Microsoft Excel, a formula is an expression that operates on values in a range of cells. These formulas return a result, even when it is an error. Excel formulas enable you to perform calculations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. In addition to these, you can find out averages and calculate percentages in Excel for a range of cells, manipulate date and time values, and do a lot more. Formulas in Excel. An overview, choose a cell. To enter an equal sign, click the cell and type equals. Enter the address of a cell in the selected cell or select a cell from the list. You need to enter an operator. Enter the address of the next cell in the selected cell. Press Enter. There is another term that is very familiar to Excel formulas, and that is function. The two words, formulas and functions, are sometimes interchangeable. They are closely related, but yet different. A formula begins with an equal sign. Meanwhile, functions are used to perform complex calculations that cannot be done manually. Functions in Excel have names that reflect their intended use. The example below shows how we have used the multiplication formula manually with the asterisk operator. Fig. Microsoft Excel formula. This example below shows how we have used the function product to perform multiplication. As you can see, we didn't use the mathematical operator here. Fig. Microsoft Excel function. Excel formulas and functions help you perform your tasks efficiently, and it's time-saving. Let's proceed and learn the different types of functions available in Excel and use relevant formulas as and when required. Excel formulas and functions. There are plenty of Excel formulas and functions depending on what kind of operation you want to perform on the dataset. We will look into the formulas and functions on mathematical operations, character text functions, data and time, sumif countif, and few lookup functions. Let's now look at the top 25 Excel formulas you must know. In this article, we have categorized 25 Excel formulas based on their operations. Let's start with the first Excel formula on our list. 1. Sum. The sum function, as the name suggests, gives the total of the selected range of cell values. It performs the mathematical operation which is addition. Here's an example of it below. Fig. Sum function in Excel. As you can see above, to find the total amount of sales for every unit, we had to simply type in the function, equals sum, C2, C4. This automatically adds up 300, 385, and 480. The result is stored in C5. 2. Average. The average function focuses on calculating the average of the selected range of cell values. As seen from the below example, to find the AVG of the total sales, you have to simply type in average, C2, C3, C4. Fig. Average function in Excel. It automatically calculates the average, and you can store the result in your desired location. 3. Count. The function count counts the total number of cells in a range that contains a number. It does not include the cell, which is blank, and the ones that hold data in any other format apart from numeric. Fig. Microsoft Excel function count is seen above. Here, we are counting from C1 to C4, ideally 4 cells. But since the count function takes only the cells with numerical values into consideration, the answer is 3 as the cell containing total sales is omitted here. If you are required to count all the cells with numerical values, text, and any other data format, you must use the function counta. However, counta does not count any blank cells. To count the number of blank cells present in a range of cells, countBlank is used. 4. Subtotal. Moving ahead, let's now understand how the subtotal function works. The subtotal function returns the subtotal in a database. Depending on what you want, you can select either average, count, sum, min, max, min, and others. Let's have a look at two such examples. Fig. Subtotal function in Excel. In the example above, we have performed the subtotal calculation on cells ranging from A2 to A4. As you can see, the function used is equals subtotal 1, A2, A4. In the subtotal list, 1 refers to average. Hence, the above function will give the average of A2, A4, and the answer to it is 11, which is stored in C5. Similarly, equals subtotal 4, A2, A4, selects the cell with the maximum value from A2 to A4, which is 12. Incorporating 4 in the function provides the maximum result. Fig. Count function in Excel. 5. Modulus. The mod function works on returning the remainder when a particular number is divided by a divisor. Let's now have a look at the examples below for better understanding. In the first example, we have divided 10 by 3. The remainder is calculated using the function equals mod A2, 3. The result is stored in B2. We can also directly type equals mod 10, 3, as it will give the same answer. Fig. Modulus function in Excel. Similarly, here, we have divided 12 by 4. The remainder is 0, which is stored in B3. Fig. Modulus function in Excel. 6. Power. The function power returns the result of a number raised to a certain power. Let's have a look at the examples shown below. Fig. Power function in Excel. As you can see above, to find the power of 10 stored in A2 raised to 3, we have to type equals power A2, 3. This is how power function works in Excel. 7. Ceiling. Next, we have the ceiling function. The ceiling function rounds a number up to its nearest multiple of significance. Fig. Ceiling function in Excel. The nearest highest multiple of 5 for 35.316 is 40. 8. Floor. Contrary to the ceiling function, the floor function rounds a number down to the nearest multiple of significance. Fig. Floor function in Excel. The nearest lowest multiple of 5 for 35.316 is 35. 9. Concatenate. This function merges or joins several text strings into one text string. Given below are the different ways to perform this function. In this example, we have operated with the syntax equals concatenate, A25, B25. Fig. Concatenate function in Excel. In this example, we have operated with the syntax equals concatenate, A27 and B27. Fig. Concatenate function in Excel. Those were the two ways to implement the concatenation operation in Excel. 10. Len. The function len returns the total number of characters in a string. So, it will count the overall characters, including spaces and special characters. Given below is an example of the len function. Fig. Len function in Excel. Let's now move on to the next Excel function on our list of this article. 11. Replace. As the name suggests, the replace function works on replacing the part of a text string with a different text string. The syntax is equals replace old underscore text start underscore num underscore chars new underscore text. Here, start underscore num refers to the index position you want to start replacing the characters with. Next, num underscore chars indicate the number of characters you want to replace. Let's have a look at the ways we can use this function. Here, we are replacing A101 with B101 by typing equals replace A15, 1, 1, B. Fig. Replace function in Excel. Next, we are replacing A102 with A2102 by typing equals replace A16, 1, 1, A2. Fig. Replace function in Excel. Finally, we are replacing Adam with Sam by typing equals replace A17, 1, 2, SA. Fig. Replace function in Excel. Let's now move to our next function. 12. Substitute. The substitute function replaces the existing text with a new text in a text string. The syntax is equals substitute, text, old underscore text, new underscore text, instance underscore num. Here, instance underscore num refers to the index position of the present texts more than once. Given below are a few examples of this function. Here, we are substituting I like with he likes by typing equals substitute A20, I like, he likes. Our next function. 12. Substitute. The substitute function replaces the existing text with a new text in a text string. The syntax is equals substitute, text, old underscore text, new underscore text, instance underscore num. Here, instance underscore num refers to the index position of the present texts more than once. Given below are a few examples of this function. Here, we are substituting I like with he likes by typing equals substitute A20, I like, he likes. Fig. Substitute function in Excel. Next, we are substituting the second 2010 that occurs in the original text in cell A21 with 2016 by typing equals substitute. Fig. Substitute function in Excel. Now, we are replacing both the 2010s in the original text with 2016 by typing equals substitute A22, 2010, 2016. Fig. Substitute function in Excel. That was all about the substitute function. Let's now move on to our next function. 13. Left, right, mid. The left function gives the number of characters from the start of a text string. Meanwhile, the mid function returns the characters from the middle of a text string, given a starting position and length. Finally, the right function returns the number of characters from the end of a text string. Let's understand these functions with a few examples. In the example below, we use the function left to obtain the leftmost word on the sentence in cell A5. Fig. Left function in Excel shown below is an example using the mid function. Fig. Mid function in Excel. Here, we have an example of the right function. Fig. Right function in Excel 14. Upper, lower, proper. The upper function converts any text string to uppercase. In contrast, the lower function converts any text string to lowercase. The proper function converts any text string to proper. Let's understand this better with the following examples. Here, we have converted the text in A6 to a full uppercase 1 in A7. Fig. Upper function in Excel. Now, we have converted the text in A6 to a full lowercase 1, as seen in A7. Fig. Lower function in Excel. Finally, we have converted the improper text in A6 to a clean and proper format in A7. Fig. Proper function in Excel. Now, let us hop on to exploring some date and time functions in Excel. 15. Now. The now function in Excel gives the current system date and time. Fig. Now function in Excel. The result of the now function will change based on your system date and time. 16. Today. The today function in Excel provides the current system date. Fig. Today function in Excel. The function day is used to return the day of the month. It will be a number between 1 to 31. 1 is the first day of the month, 31 is the last day of the month. Fig. Day function in Excel. The month function returns the month, a number from 1 to 12, where 1 is January and 12 is December. Fig. Month function in Excel. The year function, as the name suggests, returns the year from a date value. Fig. Year function in Excel. 17. Time. The time function converts hours, minutes, seconds given as numbers to an Excel serial number, formatted with a time format. Fig. Time function in Excel. 18. Hour, minute, second. The hour function generates the hour from a time value as a number from 0 to 23. Here, 0 means 12 a.m. and 23 is 11 p.m. Fig. Hour function in Excel. The function minute returns the minute from a time value as a number from 0 to 59. Fig. Minute function in Excel. The second function returns the second from a time value as a number from 0 to 59. Fig. Second function in Excel. 19. DATEDIF. The DATEDIF function provides the difference between two dates in terms of years, months, or days. Below is an example of a DATEDIF function where we calculate the current age of a person based on two given dates, the date of birth and today's date. Fig. DateDiff function in Excel. Now, let's skim through a few critical advanced functions in Excel that are popularly used to analyze data and create reports. Next up in this article is the VLOOKUP function. This stands for the vertical lookup that is responsible for looking for a particular value in the leftmost column of a table. It then returns a value in the same row from a column you specify. Below are the arguments for the VLOOKUP function. Lookup_value. This is the value that you have to look for in the first column of a table. Table. This indicates the table from which the value is retrieved. Call_index. The column in the table from the value is to be retrieved. Range_lookup. Optional. True equals approximate match, default. False equals exact match. We will use the below table to learn how the VLOOKUP function works. If you wanted to find the department to which Stuart belongs, you could use the VLOOKUP function as shown below. Fig. VLOOKUP function in Excel. Here, A11 cell has the lookup value, A2. E7 is the table array, 3 is the column index number with information about departments. And 0 is the range lookup. If you hit enter, it will return marketing, indicating that Stuart is from the marketing department. 21. HLOOKUP. Similar to VLOOKUP, we have another function called HLOOKUP, or horizontal lookup. The function HLOOKUP looks for a value in the top row of a table or array of benefits. It gives the value in the same column from a row you specify. Below are the arguments for the HLOOKUP function. Lookup underscore value. This indicates the value to lookup. Table. This is the table from which you have to retrieve data. Row underscore index. This is the row number from which to retrieve data. Range underscore lookup, optional. This is a boolean to indicate an exact match or approximate match. The default value is true, meaning an approximate match. Given the below table, let's see how you can find the city of Jensen using HLOOKUP. Fig. A lookup function in Excel here. H23 has the lookup value, i.e., Jensen, G1. M5 is the table array, 4 is the row index number, 0 is for an. Once you hit enter, it will return, New York. 22. If formula. The if function checks a given condition and returns a particular value if it is true. It will return another value if the condition is false. In the below example, we want to check if the value in cell A2 is greater than 5. If it's greater than 5, the function will return, yes 4 is greater. Else it will return, no. Fig. If function in Excel. In this case, it will return, no, since 4 is not greater than 5. IFERROR is another function that is popularly used. This function returns a value if an expression evaluates to an error, or else it will return the value of the expression. Suppose you want to divide 10 by 0. This is an invalid expression, as you can't divide a number by 0. It will result in an error. The above function will return, cannot divide. 23. Pivot table. Pivot tables are one of Excel's most powerful features. A pivot table allows you to extract the significance from a large, detailed data set. The purpose of pivot tables is to offer user-friendly ways to quickly summarize large amounts of data. They can be used to better understand, display, and analyze numerical data in detail, and can help identify and answer unanticipated questions surrounding it. How to create a pivot table. Enter your data into a range of rows and columns. Sort your data by a specific attribute. Highlight your cells to create your pivot table. Drag and drop a field into the row labels area. Drag and drop a field into the values area. Fine-tune your calculations. Our data set consists of 213 records and 6 fields. Order ID, product, category, amount, date and country. Insert a pivot table. To insert a pivot table, execute the following steps. 1. Click any single cell inside the dataset. 2. On the Insert tab, in the Tables group, click Pivot Table. The following dialog box appears. Excel automatically selects the data for you. The default location for a new pivot table is New Worksheet. 3. Click OK. Drag fields. The Pivot Table Fields pane appears. To get the total amount exported of each product, drag the following fields to the different areas. 1. Product field to the rows area. 2. Amount field to the values area. 3. Country field to the filters area. Below you can find the pivot table. Bananas are our main export product. That's how easy pivot tables can be. Conclusion: Excel is a really powerful spreadsheet application for data analysis and reporting. After reading this article, you would have learned the important Excel formulas and functions that will help you perform your tasks better and faster. We looked at numeric, text, data time, and advanced Excel formulas and functions. Needless to say, Excel knowledge goes a long way in shaping many careers.